Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Imperator Rome with me, Omega in Rome. So in the previous episode we've had our second or third, actually, I think it was the third war against the Ptolemaic Empire. Third victory in a row, but as before they've actually heard us, and it's mostly in the pride department where they have shown us that they can actually mobilize quite a force and beat our three legions that were until that time hurting them pretty bad. But look at all those troops. Yeah, they have a lot of them, and I mean, we've dealt them a significant amount of damage, but they managed to stifle our plan to take, well, I mean, that wasn't the original plan, but the follow-up plan to take all of Carthage. And Carthage just retained the province of Sitica. Yes, Sitica. So we'll have to go after them one more time, but it doesn't really matter, as we have taken even a part of Ptolemaic Empire itself, the province of Barka, and for the foreseeable future we will really need to chill, because our aggressive expansion is at 58.12, which is crazy. It's crazy high, and we really need to shove it off. Once we do that, we are going to go to declare war on this minor nation of Melanogaetuli, and we'll have all of what would be probably considered West Northern Africa under our control, after which we will turn our attention back to Thrace, finish up with them, and then push against the Ptolemaic Empire in full force. Yeah. However, I think that this conflict has shown the Ptolemaic Empire that we are here to stay. They will probably not like that, so we'll have to see what we can do with it. Either way, you guys are here to stay in Barka, and you guys are to stay in the other provinces. So go back, and we are now going to investigate what we've gained, because I'm actually not entirely sure. So, Barka itself is a fairly large province. What's the population density here? It has 3 cities, if I'm saying correctly. Yes, the city of Barka, the city of Berenice, and no, actually 4. The city of Serapeum and city of Chorotus. So it's actually kind of valuable province. So let's investigate them one by one. So the capital is the city of Berenice, which is actually pretty well developed. It's dealing with Sifilum. Alright, well, let's get a mill here. And we definitely need a fort here. So let's build that. Barka itself is even better, fully developed. Alright, they're both fully Hellenic, alright, both fully Macedonian. And I'm gonna get the second fort, because I really want to fortify you guys. There's probably not gonna be anything happening in the south, but the other places, oh yeah, they will. Alright, you guys are not well developed, but that's fine. You can build what you need. I don't think you need the tax office. All of these cities are dealing in Sifilum. That's actually interesting. Well, actually, you're dealing in leather. And the last one is dealing in... Wait, no. This one is the last one. You're dealing with horses. With 2 granaries, guys. We really need to get as much food here as possible. And we're going to import grain, for that matter. Excellent. Well, we're starting to see some really interesting new nations. But you guys import all of the grain, because that is really what we need you to get. Because you are a hungry province. So with all of these granaries, the limit here is going to increase significantly. We're building... Alright, no granary here. However, we have 1 granary here. We're building another one here and 2 here. So 4 granaries, that should be pretty decent. And with the food influx, the Legion the second legion, Magnagracia, should be able to stay here without an issue. So that's one thing. Now let's look at the other territories that we have gained. So we've gained this one, Ziden. Actually, before I go any further, no farming settlement, alright. So you guys actually do have a farming settlement for some areas. It's really nice. The capital has no city. Alright, so we'll have to fix that. Here, you actually do have everything fixed. Apart from a granary, and you guys are actually running hungry. So let's cancel the import of vegetables. Well, I like vegetables. I don't think that's something that we really want to deal with. So let's get you some proper grain. And I think that's the only city there is, right? Yeah. So you have the granary, you have 2 marketplaces, that's good. You also have the conversion buildings up and running. Now what about you guys? Your capital also has no city. And there's no city whatsoever. And you also have no trade route. Alright. Now this one. You have a large city. Let's build another granary here. No trade routes either. You have another fort over here. That's actually pretty smart, location wise. What about you? You are relatively well developed, but dying of hunger basically. So let's get you more food. You do have a pretty decent amount of food producing provinces though, so that's good. Some dates and other stuff. You guys are all done, right? Yeah. It's actually pretty good. You can get more food too. Just to ensure. We'll put one of the legions over here. So let's make sure you guys are up to it. So you guys can go over. Oh, you're the one that's retreating. Alright. So you will retreat and you guys will be stationed where? Oh, I was already counting with the attack on you. Well, alright. Then that makes sense. Alright, so let's unpause it. I could use political influence here for conversion, which I guess we will do. Because these ones need to be done. Need to be converted. I would like them to be converted, to be quite honest, as that is something that we really want to see here. You guys have absolutely no trade routes whatsoever. That's interesting. You do have a city, but wow. I'm even hesitant to call this a city. Alright. I mean, it is a city in population and everything, but it's so underdeveloped. And there's a city here as well. So let's make you the fort and a slave mill. And you guys really need to start importing more grain. Because that's... And we're so dependent on Biturgia with this whole food thing. It's crazy. I should really start looking more into my own supply, but I understand that we're still trying to desperately cling to foreign trade. Sure. Alright, so we spend most of the money, we spend most of the influence. So you guys can actually go to that place. Should stop, force march, and go. These two legions are gonna fight the enemy. You guys can start drilling. Let me see how's the food going. Not great. Not great. We really are not having enough food here. Snap. I thought that they would be able to feed them. Is it because you needed to give them supply, or is it really gonna be that bad? Let's see. No, it really is gonna be that bad. Alright, so we actually have to take you out of here. Because they literally cannot feed you. Which is frankly shocking. I would have been completely certain that feeding one region of this size would be possible for them. Alright, this guy is much better. Consume this much food. What about the other guys then? If you get in here, 14. We'll have to see if they're able to feed them or not. Yeah, alright, so we've already starved this province to death. Go, guys. Actually, force march. The legions are way heavier than I thought they were. Alright, so now they can feed them. Well, Jesus Christ. That's bad. Well, I mean, this is the worst province of them all. I should do something like this. So we've completely starved them. -1. Yeah, you guys just can't stay here. It's impossible. So I have to take you somewhere else. Somewhere like here. Where we can actually import more food. Though we already do have a lot of food here. Either way. So it's not so terrible. Alright guys, start drilling. Let me see how bad it is here. It is also very bad. We're importing tons of grain, and yet it's not enough. That's actually really... That means we'll have to really have specialized places for the legions, because we just can't have them anywhere. Otherwise it's just gonna mean that they are gonna starve to death. Or I mean the people will starve to death, the legion will always eat. Which is not great. And yeah, I understand, like it's 40,000 people or 42,000 in, you know, the cases of these guys, for example. But still, I would have expected it to be much easier for us to deal with that. Oh well. Oh well, oh well.
Now, when it comes to the Ptolemaic Empire, I would kind of like it to stay on their good side. So let's start improving opinion. Aggressive expansion, yeah. Aggressive expansion is basically killing any kind of relations we can have with them. But as we're going to shave it off, as we're going to improve relations, they might actually become more friendly to us. So we'll see if that's possible. Yeah, no, this just doesn't work. So I'll kill these two and get some more grain and see if that will work. Because it might. How about you guys? You're actually doing good. Alright. So that's the good news. We can have you guys train here. So this is gonna be the issue. We actually have to figure out places where the legions can be fed. They'll have to be very developed, large provinces. The tools of the establishment. Oh, it's about the... Okay, this is a different event. The victor of known populist Flavius Claudius in the consular elections was always going to be a source of great consternation among the more traditional factions of the Senate. But it has become clear that the nomination of co-consul Decimus Cornelius Thorax was in fact a shrewd maneuver ensured by these oligarchs to tie the populist hands while in government. Naturally, Flavius is not best pleased, not willing to allow Decimus, who he has run up against previously in his political career, to get in his way. Among the first motions proposed by Flavius is a modern and carefully reasoned bill ensuring that deserving veterans are granted land upon completing their service. In a childish attempt to block the legislation, almost half the Senate House stand and leave the House, attempting to prevent the bill from being heard. Let's work towards a compromise, so trying to not become completely unreasonable. Now, when it comes to provinces, just need to grant you guys the ability to auto-trade. Alright. Progress in the Senate. After several long and tiring committee sessions, Consul Flavius and co-consul Decimus have come to an agreement and hammered out a bill, which, while far from the wide-ranging legislation promised to the people, will be accepted by the conservative factions of the Senate. This is sure to disappoint the popular supporters, particularly the military veterans, but as they say, politics are the art of compromise. This will do for now. Alright, so we're actually gaining quite a lot of political influence here, which is good. Oh, we're fabricating code already. Alright. So how's the food situation? Not great. 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 Alright. Turns out we probably need more granaries here. And things like ports to increase. Okay, we don't need barracks. Let's build a port. We don't need provincial legation. Let's build a port. Farming settlement I will accept. A port here. War. Alright. So that's not what I was... Oh god, that's not what I was hoping for at all. Actually, that's not what I was hoping for at all. And what the hell? Russia? I had no idea that this was like a civil war. Okay, why would Parthia declare war on us? Take Mariandinia? What the hell is Mariandinia? Oh, Marian. Oh god, they went all the way to here. Snap. So they had to win a war against Thrace, because I was unaware they actually had such a reach. Well, alright. I mean, we can't really do anything when it comes to more territory. What we can do is fight them, plunder, and then force them to release some nations. Yes. There are actually some that are way too big. Like Roxolania. Or Bosporan Kingdom. That would be cool. Because they were a client state of Rome. Even in this time. So managing to do something like that and allying with them would be great. However, this is bad for us for so many reasons. I need to take these regions and I need to move them quickly to our territory. I'll move all of them into here. And I'll march through this territory. And I'll raise the primary region from Magna Graecia and Latinum. And I'm gonna fight over here. Because despite our best interest and decisions, the regions are not going to be enough to win this one. This is the second biggest nation in the world, right? Or is Moria bigger? It has second highest. Yeah, it's second highest. So this is the fight of the giants, actually. Not sure how we're gonna handle this. Alright, so what I'm gonna do here is I got 341 of you. So I can raise the region in here. Have you embark on the armies? Embark on the navy. And they're gonna take you all the way to... Actually, do we have access? That's a good question. You can go to Bullocks. Yes, they would grant us access. Alright. So we'll have to pass through... Oh snap, that's actually not gonna help us at all. We need you. And they wouldn't. Livonia, we're trading with you so much. Why the hell wouldn't you give us? Alright, but you will. Sandasia. So we'll basically pass through here into here. Now I'll need to raise another army from Magna Graecia. And I need to take these 3 regions. How much have you trained? Not much, but it doesn't really matter. Embark. And I'll get you here. And you guys really can't do much more than to go to the same place. Actually, no, you know what? You can stay and drill in the meantime. Well, this is going to be a major cookie to break. Now, if we can retain the province and we can push them here using legions, I don't think they can defeat, what is it, 124,000 men that will just mass through here and plunder. But just to make sure, we'll send them some reinforcements. Magna Graecia and Latinum are going to be fighting in here. We can actually raise a decent amount from Contestania as a supporting army for here. And what else? Greece can definitely help. Magna Graecia. Africa for some reason, that's surprising. Contestania, Macedonia. Yeah, we do have a lot of troops. And considering this is going to be an all-out war, where we're going to go for maximum score, we're going to go at them. And I really would like them to actually release the Bosporan Kingdom. That's actually pretty cool. If we could force them, because we cannot take their territory. I mean, I could maybe take a little bit in Thrace here, like this province, if Paphlagonia, if it comes down to it. But it's going to be very valuable. And I'd much rather have them release some nations. So Bosporan Kingdom, that would, wow, that would be large. That's a really big outreach. So we could get Bosporan Kingdom in this area. What would be free now? Colchis is actually a nation that's pretty cool, but or Sinopais, I think those are all located in the same territory. Well, we'll choose someone afterwards. After that, but yeah, releasing Bosporan Kingdom with this amount of territory and giving us some territory in itself would probably be a good way to go. Alright, well, that's what we have cut for us. So in between episodes, I'll just do all these trade routes. Jesus Christ, we really dependent on Parthia. I think that I'm gonna start importing grain to Rome from our own territories, just to make sure that that's not gonna happen anymore. And actually, Latinum itself could be completely depending on inner territory. And yeah, the economy has taken a big hit through this. Alright, so thank you very much for joining me, and I'll see you in the next one, where we fight Parthia. Not what I expected to do today.